Out here on this highway, rolling on now 20 years. Just like my dad before me, coffee, blood, sweat, and tears. I'm addicted to the white line, a prisoner of the road. Ain't no cure for this disease, it brings us outlaws and rogues. When they locked me up, they handed me the keys. I'm pulling 18 years of life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life. Some say I'm semi-crazy, my God, it's hard to tell. This diamond tuck and leather just might be my padded sail. Those pictures on my dashboard where I've watched my kids grow up, I thank God they understand the cost of diesel in my blood. They know this rambling man and what sets me free. I'm pulling 18 years to life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life. I'm pulling 18 gears of life with no chance of parole. My heart belongs to Jesus, but this old highway owns my soul. It's a crime, I'm doing time just to send it on down the line. I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life. There's no escaping this addiction, so until the day I die, I'm pulling 18 gears, 18 gears, 18 gears of life.
Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to Left Lane with Lefty. How y'all doing tonight? Just sitting there trying to get things in the right functionality. Let's get over here and say hi to everybody. Hello, Miss Kathy. You're watching from Ohio. Oh, hello, Mr. John Freese. Yep, hope you're doing awesome. Have an awesome evening. Yes, sir, I am. Yeah, you're right, John. That is a beautiful Peterbilt. That was a beautiful Peterbilt. Yeah, that was a beautiful truck. It was even prettier when I seen it in person as it was going by as I was filming it. I'm telling you, it was just one awesome truck. Sorry, guys, I didn't do a show Saturday or Sunday. Saturday, I'm usually trying to get all the information, getting everything ready for Sunday. And then Sunday, well, I'll tell you the truth. There ain't no lie. Hey, what's up, Mr. Roger McDucky? Yes, sir. I'm kind of doing well. I stayed up with Mom. We sat there and ended up watching the original Top Gun, and then we watched the new Top Gun. And by the time we hit bed, it was probably 4:00 in the morning, Sunday morning. So I stayed up, coffee, and we sat there and watched movies, and she went to bed, and I stayed up, and about 5:00, and I said, all right, I got everything ready. I said, I'll take me a nice little quick power nap for about an hour. Yeah, it didn't work. I ended up sleeping until about midnight, 1:00, and I said, oh, crap, missed my show time. Everybody's missing me. And I do appreciate the phone calls, and I do appreciate everybody checking on me, making sure I'm okay. There's nothing seriously going on, and I do greatly appreciate everybody checking up on me. I really, really do. I am doing good. Hello, Miss Day. I'm doing good. I have my moments. There's times I have, just gone to sleep and end up being the way it is because of the cancer and the treatments that are going on. I go in this coming Thursday, which is in 3 days. I go back in for more treatments. Yeah, I get to wear the face mask and everything else, only because it weakens my immune system for about a week and a half. And then I start building it back up, and then I can remove the mask and start being back to somewhat normal. Kind of funky feeling, a little weak in the knees, the little numbness and here and there, and then the burning. And then found out what the burning is all about. The burning is because of the medicine attacking the cancer. So yeah, I feel like I've been lit up like a blowtorch. But hey, if you want it done and you want to get rid of something, you have to go through it. And as John Freeze would say, trials and tribulation, exactly what it is. You got to go through it to prove yourself. So, and that's the way we do things. And yes, Miss Day says, good evening. Roger, I'm glad you're here. I haven't seen you or talked to you in a while, brother. I know you checked on me the last time I was in down at the cancer center, going in for my first treatment. And I know you've been busy. I know you got trying to get a truck ready for somebody and helping him get out on the road. And you're doing things that you're doing on yours. That's good. I want to give a shout out to Father Time. Sorry, I know it's past his bedtime, but just saying, we got to sit there and let him, recoup his sleep and everything. I would enjoy having him on. I know he's been busy trying to take care of things at the home front that he's been neglecting for the last, 5-10 years. I know his wife's got a list. I don't know, probably larger than the encyclopedia. I'm just saying. Yeah. And I want to give a shout out to another good friend of mine, Mr. Van Brown. Thank you for calling me. I appreciated the text that I got from you this morning. That actually made me feel good this morning. Yeah, I love you too, brother. And I appreciate everything you do for my family and for Left Lane with Lefty. No matter what, you have a spot on this platform. You will represented here 100%, and I do greatly appreciate it. Mr. Duck says, yep, I've been thinking about it. And I have been thinking about you too. I know you've been busy, and I know you're trying to get things going. And I'm here tonight. I'm actually in full energy, doing good. I ain't got no complaints, so I'm not complaining. So as we're getting into this, let me give Mr. Van Brown his well due. And this tonight's show is sponsored by Bullsnot tonight and Tony Justice. We're going to give him a shout out. Love his music. I appreciate him giving me full permission to use his music. And you couldn't find a better kind-hearted man than Tony Justice. Here you go.
We're the last of the camel. There are folks out here who still take pride in their everyday ride. Those who know if a job's worth doing, well, it's worth doing right. Bullsnot. Great products for real people.
Tony couldn't have said it any better, and that's the truth. It couldn't have been said any better. So tonight we're going to get into a few things. I got quite a bit of stuff. I know the weather's bad out here. I know there's some pileups going on in St. Louis. That was a nasty wreck, and that was going on today. Also, ICD in Denver has some issues there. They got it shut down. It's been shut down since about 1:40 this morning, or 1:40 this afternoon. Not this morning, I'm sorry. Day says. You got that absolutely 100% correct. Oh, and I also want to thank the driver James, that drives for JB Hunt. And I know it's another name, but the man is a new follower to the show, and I want to thank him. He sent me an instant message this morning. I got up, I was a little sore, chest was hurting a little bit, and I don't mean like I was having chest pains or anything. It's just like stiffness, soreness. And I looked down on my way to work, and I seen the message, and I said, well, let me play this audio clip. When I played the audio clip, it was Rod Stewart Oh, John, I have the name on the top of my head. Let me pull this up real quick. Sorry about that, guys. It is yeah. As you can see, they're on the phone, and it's "Forever Young" is the name of the song. Come on, quick. And a lot of the words to that song has a lot of meaning to what's going on with me right now. And I really do appreciate it there, James. And a big giant shout out from Left Lane to the Lefty with you. Just letting you all know that, I do have some drivers, and I'm not saying I'm trying to disqualify any drivers, but I have some drivers. And like I said, he's a new driver, a new fan to the show. And he's family. Everybody else is all family. What's up, Mr. Josh? Before I get to you, Josh, but he sent me that, and that hit hard to me this morning, and it put a smile on my face. That, you know what, forever young. Yeah, I'm gonna be forever young because no matter what, this is gonna go a long ways. I'm gonna fight this every which way I can. I am going to go to truck shows so people can see me, meet me, learn a little more about Left Lane with Left, and we can get this done. Last weekend, we had a show. It started within 8 minutes in the broadcast. Something shut us down because I guess somebody somewhere did not understand what was going on, and they decided to put something on there to ban it. So I fought all week with and having to disagree and do appeals, and then had to prove to them that they had to watch the video. And when they did, they realized there was none of that was going on that was claimed, and they gave me their sincere apologies and Brio back up. Yeah. It was one of those deals. So we got that taken care of. So now, as y'all can see, get back to Josh, Mr. Josh Belton. He is our Australian from down under. He's my brother from down under. I am doing good. I'm feeling all right. I'm just dreading having to go back and get another thing of treatments this week. Thursday won't be bad. It's just a lot of sitting and doing blood work and sitting there and having the medicine put in. The first round will be probably about 30-40 minutes going in. Second round it was taken about the same time, about 30 to 40 minutes. But we had some issues with that medicine. So now they've actually turned it around. And now when I go back, it'll be 2 hours of taking it and going back in, because they had to slow it down a little bit because it was just a little too much going in at once. And it was my first time getting it. So it was having issues going in. It felt like I had I wouldn't say like weight on my chest. It just felt like someone was hugging me, but it was the pressure. It was more like a pressure. When they stopped it, it quit. And then when they started it back up, I felt it again. And they said, well, what kind of pressure is in this? Well, it feels like someone gave me a hug, like a good bear hug, but it wasn't like I can't breathe. It's giving me chest pains or anything like that. And I want to give a shout out to this lovely lady over here that's, hello, I'm Miss Carla. I'm glad you stopped in. I'm glad you stopped in. And I hope you're doing well. I know you're out running around, and I hope you are doing very good. Let's see. All right. That'll work too. Get off of that. Go back there. Let's go back up here to the comments. Yeah, that's wrong that people do that. Hey, they do. I look at it this way. I am me, and I am here. And here's the thing, and it wasn't just anybody. It was the Facebook watchers, and I guess something they didn't catch or see. So, I mean, I really can't say it was a solid program, but every time I go on, I do see who's popping in, popping out. And I do see that Facebook does have their watchers, and they have them around the world. And the one happened to be somewhere else, not in the U.S., that did it. So that's just the way that goes. But tonight, we are going to get into, I think this is Denver. All right, so let me pull this up, and we're going to get into the Denver issue because I know you guys are dealing with it now. I know John runs, I don't think he runs through Denver, but I know John's dealing with the Northwest, and he is sitting there dealing with all the other stuff. What's up, Mr. David Hitzman? What's up, sir? I'm sorry, Hitzman Jr. How you doing, sir? Good to see you. I'm glad you're in. I'm actually glad I'm actually broadcasting tonight. So that's actually another plus. Let me bring this up. I-70 shut down for hanging semi. Yeah, and as you can see, let me place the picture's a little bigger. There we go. Now you'll see me at the bottom of the page. There we go. As we're going to get into here, as you can see, yeah, that block part of Denver at 140. Let's see here. Let's get into this. Interstate 70 has been shut down near Denver for a semi hanging off the side of the highway early on Monday afternoon. So that was today. The accident happened on January 30th at 12:18 p.m., which would be 2 o'clock on the Eastern time, 2, something like that. It could be 1 or 2, but that's about around the time on the interstate on Interstate 70 around Glenwood Canyon between DeSoto and Glenwood Springs. According to ABC 7 Denver, both sides of 70 was closed due to an overturned semi truck blocking traffic in one direction and hanging off the interstate in the other direction. It is not clear if anyone was hurt in the accident, but Colorado DOT has warned they should avoid the area and expect delays. No detours has been laid out as of 1:40 p.m. at time today. As you can see, Colorado transportation westbound is closed due to a crash between exit 133 and DeSoto exit 114, West Glenwood. And then they come back later on and come back and said I-70 Glenwood Canyon is closed. And that was at 11:50 in both directions. And to avoid the area, expect lengthy delays. No detours available at this time. And that's pretty much what they got going on that one. So, yeah, that's what's going on in the Denver area. So if you guys are running around on 70, figure that they're going to probably have roads closed because of the weather due to ice. And as you can see, that upper part there looks like it's covered with snow and may have ice, which may be a factor of it. The lower side, you can see, is pretty much clear. So, yeah, it don't look like it's it don't look like it's looking any better on the upper side. So that may be the cause of the factor of that. So just letting you all know. And then that's where going up. But I also that going on, and then this is what's going on because of a freeze Sunday night. It was a freeze that creates a pileup for Monday morning, but it was a freeze from Monday night. And we're going to get into that real quick. Here we go. I'm going to pull this up. Thanks to the Denver DOT, which is Colorado DOT, for the information. All the information that I am showing you is for educational purposes. No gains from this. I also have a bunch of other stuff going on. I also have another trucking company that's going to have to pay some major money. Got another one that's got an ex-owner that's facing a bunch of issues. And like this one here, we're going to get into this. This is Sunday night freeze causes a pile of chaos on St. Louis highways, and that was just from the freeze. And this followed right on into the morning. Let's get into this. As many as 45 vehicles were involved in 2 icy pileup crashes in St. Louis on Sunday night after wet roads turned icy. That accident happened on June 29th in St. Louis, Missouri, on Highway 64 near 270 on the Interstate 370 eastbound over Interstate 270. So it's where the 2 interchanges crosses. So you had a pilot. So when you got 2 interstate crossings there, you got that breeze blowing underneath both of them. So one of them's bound to freeze quicker than the other, but still, even with that, they're going to freeze. EMT was brought to me to St. Luke's. Sorry, I'm fine. And this is from Jeff Jones. I guess he was involved in it. I'm fine. Just car wrecked. Wreck stub said there was over 30 vehicles involved in that disaster. According to Riverfront Times, the wet roads froze, causing slippery conditions. A semi truck that jackknifed in the middle of the Highway 64, which led to the pileup involving at least a 30-car pileup. A second crash then occurred on Interstate 370 eastbound over Interstate 270, which involved at least cars reported by KSDK, and that I'll play you a little bit of the video. Unclear how many injuries were sustained in the accidents. Road conditions in the area are expected to remain treacherous through Monday. So if it was done through Monday, tonight's going to be just as bad. So just be careful, drivers. If you guys are going through these areas, especially on the 64 or to the 370 or the 270, careful in these areas, please. Just letting y'all know.
Find a flight that's the
airline
stops, cabin class, and more. So kayak now.
Right now, 5 on your side at 10.
We start tonight in Storm Alert, and that's because of the breaking news right now on area roads. A light freezing drizzle is falling all over St. Louis. It's causing major issues on the road right now. Several accidents have been reported, including a jackknife tractor trailer on I-64 at Maryville Center in Chesterfield. That's still causing a major traffic backup at this hour.
And in St. Charles County, around 20 cars involved in a crash on I-64 in Lake St. Louis. This is just 2 of the dozens of accidents across the area being blamed on slick conditions. There are some reports of injury. Good evening. I'm Mike Bush.
And I'm Ann Allred. It was a Sunday surprise on the roads tonight. Take a look at traffic maps here. A lot of yellow and red on the major interstates. As many drivers and road crews were caught off guard.
We have live team coverage tonight. Our Laura Barcheski and photojournalist Don Gallery are out. And the Weather First Storm Tracker getting a first-hand look at those icy conditions. But first, let's get straight over to chief meteorologist Scott Thomas.
Mike and Ed, it's one of those things, and we had this, you'll remember, back in December of 2016. Similar situation where it's very light freezing drizzle, hardly measurable, but comes down on the ground where the temperature's in the low to mid-20s. It creates that instant glaze of ice around the area. We've really been watching those roads overnight and into the afternoon, evening hours as they went downhill. You still see it's kind of fuzzy on the camera there looking out into Chesterfield. You're looking at Clarkson, some police activity there. Traffic is moving along on many roads, but not nearly as fast as normal, nor should it be as fast as normal. We've seen areas of mostly freezing drizzle. There's the potential of a little light snow or sleet mixing in, but it's really that freezing drizzle that's problematic. Temperatures are in the mid-20s now. They will drop to near 20 degrees by early Monday morning. And some roads are already icy and slick with this very light glaze. Others will become icy and slick as the night progresses and as this area shifts farther south and east. Now, the freezing drizzle, what we can see of it on the radar, you don't get an opportunity to see a lot of it because it's kind of under the radar. It's so light, but now it's starting to spread more into Jefferson County where we haven't had as much. And through the remainder of the overnight hours into early tomorrow morning, this will shift east and southeast of St. Louis, which means the areas east and south of town will get a shot at getting glazed over as we head through the overnight hours. That, of course, could cause problems additionally for those of us that have to make the Monday morning commute.
Reason why you were getting a second echo. Hey, there he is. There's Father Time. He decided to show up. There he is. What's up, Mr. Scott? Mr. John Freese. Sounds a lot better. Sorry, yeah, I had my mic on. Hey, Miss Judy, I will definitely have Mom call you. And Judy says, Manny, have Mom call. You stay safe, and all you truckers out there, be careful. Get off the roads if you can. Yes, the roads are getting rough, and they are bad. Yes. And Glenn, he's back at it again, sits there and says, Scott Granger picking up my daughter from her basketball game, and their team is undefeated still. Hey, way to go there, Glenn. Glad your daughter and her team is undefeated still. Way to go. What's up, Scott? I see you down there. See, Scott's wanting to see his picture up there. Look, there's Father Time. I'm just waiting for the sun to come up now. Oh, we must be hiding behind the moon. That's the reason why it's not shining. Just saying. Picking on you, Scott. Love you, brother. Yeah, so you see what the weather conditions in Denver, getting it in Missouri, in St. Louis, in those areas. Morning, the roads weren't bad here, but they're saying tomorrow we're supposed to get weather changing here in Tennessee on the northeast side of Tennessee. And then they're calling maybe for snow on Thursday. Yay, fun. Brother, I'm feeling good today. I worked today running a hoe, and I was moving dirt today. So I was actually feeling good. I was left alone, so I couldn't complain. It was a very good day. Hold on, my throat's getting dry. Hang on, people. Sorry. Just the way it goes. I ain't got no coffee with me, so I got to drink the old liquid. I'm feeling pretty good today. I'm just not liking wanting to go Thursday, but I have to if I want better, right? If I want to get better, yeah, you can see there's one right there. Well, one right there, and then there's one right there. I got some new ones popping up, but yeah. We did a trucker funeral for a friend. Oh, man. Sorry about that, brother. Well, you tell the family my condolences, man. I'm sorry that you had to do a trucker funeral on Saturday, brother. It's rough. It's rough going here. The last couple of years, it's been really rough on driving. And I don't know why, but I've been seeing a lot more. Truckers Final Mile has been really busy this mid of last year, and in the start of this year they've been kind of busy. And they're saying it's going to be doing the same route. So if you guys get a chance, help out Truckers Final Mile. Go to their website. I have no part in it. I was their ambassador. Well, I wouldn't say ambassador. I was their VIP for Truckers Final Mile in 2019 and 2020. Yeah, those were good people. We ended up donating. I think we ended up pulling a fundraiser for them. We ended up giving them over $2,000 for drivers. And then one of them, and then the other one was like, I want to say the other one was like a $900 or $1,000. So we ended up giving like $3,000 in less than a 2-year period. Yeah. So that's what's going on there. And if you guys want any shirts, hit up Scott or Karen. They do have the left lane. See, like Lefty, they do have the left lane with Lefty shirts. They do have these shirts. They have them in stock. They have, I think, 2X, extra large, and I think they do have some mediums left. So, and koozies, they left lane with Lefty. So just hit them up, get with them. That's all for them. They took the kindness out of their heart and went and got money, took their own money and went and had shirts made just like this. And it got the big logo on the back with them. They took their own money and went and got the shirts made to try to help me out. So if you guys do, get with them, buy a shirt or something, show some support. I appreciate it. I'm not telling you have to, but I'm just saying it's just out of respect. They're the ones that took their hard-earned money and didn't have to, and they did it. They like me, love the show so much. I see you in the background. Hang on there, cowboy. I see you. It says there were 2 truckers killed in Bozeman's Pass after a semi went off the highway and onto the railroad tracks. I believe that was on Saturday afternoon or Saturday afternoon or Sunday morning. He's not quite sure, but I mean, that's information we need to know. So I'm telling you, he's our polo bear. He's the teddy bear. John's been driving for almost 45, 46 years. He's been behind the wheel. So he runs the Northwest. And I mean, he goes from where they're out of Wisconsin, running all the way up to to Green Bay, and then running all the way up to Washington. So, I mean, he running serious roads. And then if he goes the other way, sometimes he may run to California. Sometimes he runs other ways. But he's been over the Patch, the Scissors. And the man has years and years of experience, and he knows when it's safe and when it's not. So if you guys have any questions, hit up John Freese. He's got his own page. It's over there at Truckers Heart of Gold. Hit him up. The man likes to talk, and he will tell you the facts, and he has no problem with it. He don't mind helping new drivers out and getting the information. He really, really don't. Let's see. Glenn says, soon as we get the videos, I'll send you some. We had 26, I believe. All right. You send them to me. I'll get them done up. We'll do a little commemorative thing on the left lane with Lefty for them, and let them know that we are giving them the recognition for that. And I will give a special shout out to the family and let them know that may be a special show or deal that we'll do for that. All right, Glenn. I'm going to need to get me a shirt. Yeah. You're going to have to talk to your partner in crime. This guy right here. Yeah, that guy right there, Scott Granger. He's the one that's got the shirts. You'll have to get up with him, Glenn. So, you two will have to kiss and make up or something. You know how that goes, Glenn. Let me know when you come through, Glenn. Say he's even being nice to you. He's even being nice. Oh, look, he's actually giving you a deal. A shirt and a koozie for $30. Look at it. The man is giving you a deal. Can't go wrong with that. Appreciate that. See, and Scott and them, like I said, that come out of their pocket. They took their own hard-earned money and had that done. And they let me know they got them done when we went to Nacogdoches for the Nacogdoches Truck Show. And they surprised me. We got you something. Yeah, I think we sold quite a bit there at the show, which was actually pretty nice. So yeah, this is what we got going on. Let me see what this. I think it's a snail back there. I got to figure it out. Hang on. Well, hello, stranger.
What's up, man?
Nothing much, just the usual. Sorry, I didn't. We didn't do a show Saturday or Sunday, but I am doing one tonight.
I see that.
And then Yeah, we got canceled last week. We got banned
Yeah.
last week. Which
Shouldn't
kinda
be so
sucked
bad
because
you wouldn't get banned.
I wasn't. It wasn't even 8 minutes into the show and they banned it.
Yeah, I know.
I guess what it was is it must have been all them pretty trucks and someone got jealous. Must have been a damn
Probably.
Volvo driver out of Louisiana. Just
Yeah,
saying.
in a white
might be-
Volvo with a red frame. Yeah,
Yeah,
probably
something
was.
like that.
Yeah.
Something like that. So what are you up to?
Trying to stay busy, man. Getting ready for the countdown for show season.
I heard that. Where you at now?
Ohio.
How's
Headed
the
back
weather
to
there?
West. It's trying to snow, but there's not. And looked at the weather. There's a little bitty old patch just west of here, so it ain't much. They're talking like 30% chance of snow.
How's Wisconsin? Is it pretty slammed
Been
over there? Or?
shitty. Yeah, it's pretty bad when I was there beginning of the week. And then when I left it kind of cleared up. I met
Mhm.
Ron down there in Portage, Wisconsin at the Petro. He was getting loaded down there with a load of water going to Toma, Wisconsin.
Yeah.
He left there, called me about 30 minutes after he left, and the bottom fell out. And it's been pretty nasty the last 2 days up there.
Gotcha. Let's see. That means you're going in
But
back
it's
into
clear.
weather.
Well, it ain't snowing up there now. I talked to him a little while ago. Him and Keith were getting ready to go load some reefer loads to go up to Minnesota. So he said the roads were clear. It's just cold as hell up there, which that's normal.
Yeah. Well, it's normal at this time of year. So.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on. I got a comment. What does this say? That fella like to broke my screen when he got uglier and uglier every time I see him. Damn. It's that guy in that Volvo. It's that guy in that Volvo. I'm just
Damn
saying.
Volvo drivers. Yep.
So, on
Now,
that note,
we
if
got a
you
lot to
hang
do
out
to get
there-
ready.
Yeah. Well, I do too, because I know I'm not going to match. I'm not going to match. Not doing it. I will probably be going to Wildwood. I'll be doing it. I know I
Not
will
doing
be
match.
here. I know I will be here at Tony's show. Large cars and guitars in the Great Smoky Mountain show. I will be
We
at
won't be
that
there.
show. There'll be quite a few people showing up, so I will be there at that one. And
Yeah.
then from there, I'll have to figure it out. I know I'm going to go meet up with Van. If it's in between treatments, if I can do it. If I may end up holding off. If it's at the time I have to do a treatment, I'll hold off a couple of days and then schedule for me to come back in a couple of days. So that way I can go back in there and be able to make the show and then go do the treatment, because once I get the treatment, I can't be around nobody for almost a week. So it's just like I'm pretty much home confinement, which sucks. And then this person decides
I can imagine.
What's up, sis? Where is it snowing now? Oh, it's snowing everywhere but here. I'm going back to hot shot driving again. Good. You going back for the same guy, or are you going somewhere else? Just wanting to know. I'm glad you're going back to work. You needed something to keep your mind occupied besides sitting there looking at that man of yours and going, what are you making me today? What are you going to do for me tomorrow?
Right.
Get out of the house. Get your ass out there and make me more money. Yeah. Being funny. Love you, Nate. You're a good brother-in-law.
Damn.
Care if I can use you as a toothpick. Hey, you're still a good man.
Yeah, we got some surprises coming.
Well, good. We'll let everybody see them when they happen, right? Yeah.
We got some
But
big
wait.
surprises.
Well, good. Yeah, she's going.
It's gonna
Got
it's gonna shock some people.
Hey, there ain't nothing wrong with it. Rob is he is a very, very smart businessman, and everything that he pretty much touching right now is turning into gold. It's not only is that he's building trucks, but he's also putting the work in and getting the work to make to be able to buy these trucks and then having them done
Yep.
up for the way he wants them. I give the man 100% props, and
I
we love
mean,
you, Rob. Hey, here at Left
I
Lane
mean,
with Lefty,
hell, you
we love
can.
you. We love you, Troy. We love you, Jacob. We love you, Hayden. Mate. We love everybody. Just because these are some of the guys that are in the truck show world. Kelly's in the truck world trucking. His is a working truck, but he works for a man that has show trucks.
Yeah.
And you've seen him in Jokes on You. He's in Double Vision now, and they've got several other trucks that are fixing to come up, which we're not giving out. But he's got some other trucks that are coming out.
Trailers.
And trailers. So just
Which
we'll
I
let
mean,
that pop up when it does.
everybody's seen the trailer. He's posted it all over Facebook.
Well, I mean,
The
he's
trailer.
posted the
It
trailer. I'm
finally
just
got
saying,
pulled out the paint shop today. That trailer that trailer looks good. But I mean, you can throw a 5-gallon bucket of shit on that man and it'll turn to gold before it ever leaves the bucket.
Hey, someone just popped
Don't
in
ask
off
me
of
how.
YouTube.
It just happens.
Oh, and just to let
Oh,
everybody
look,
know,
there's my sis.
I know. Before we go anywhere, if anything does happen on Facebook, I would like to have everybody go over to YouTube and subscribe to Left Lane with Lefty. So if something does go on, we're still live on YouTube. So just to let you know, if something does happen with Facebook or whatever, we are on YouTube. We do go live on it quite a bit. And every show that we're doing here, we're also live on YouTube. And yeah, my favorite faces, Lefty and Pimpin. Pimpin' the left hand.
No,
No,
she was
kidding.
hanging. She was hanging out with a famous person all weekend.
I know. She was hanging out with
hanging out with James all weekend. Yeah. Big timing.
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Uh-oh, I seen somebody pop in. Uh-oh. Look, we got the abominable snowman coming out of the snow. Oh, my God. Hold on. Here he is, the abominable snowman. Teddy Bear! What's up, Teddy Bear?
I don't know. Am I here?
Oh, you're
here.
Yeah,
you're here.
We can hear you loud and clear.
Okay, I shut the truck off, so maybe that'll cut down on the noise background.
I like what Trucking Unicorn says. She goes, pimp in the left hand. Pimp in the left hand. Yeah, she is a sweetheart. Miss Trucking Unicorn. She is a sweetheart.
There we go.
Yeah.
Now you can see
Yeah,
me.
he surprised Keegan and
yeah,
he
she said
out. I was on the phone. I was on the phone with him.
I was surprising Kagan with his favorite person. I know. I seen the video. I was
on the phone with them.
They were brothers and they were lost and they ain't seen each other in 20 years. I mean, I seen the video. That's the way it looked.
Oh no, dude!
But it's good. It's good to have a.
No, it was hilarious when. Look, it was hilarious when they were going to get him. They passed by the boneyard right there, Tucson.
Yeah.
I'm on the phone with James, right? I'm talking to James because Melissa's driving.
Yep.
James is like squirreling at all them airplanes sitting over there, in that boneyard. And first words come out of my mouth when he started squirreling, I said, "Do not let Rookie go play with the airplanes."
Yeah, okay. You said that loud enough that Rookie probably did hear it.
He heard it. Trust me.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
And I mean, you
As
got to
she
watch
says,
him sometimes.
I know he was speechless in that video. Oh yeah, in that video he was speechless. He just looked at him like all they could do.
Yeah.
Never give the man a hug. As she says, all you guys are such great mentors for him. Hey, I try to be.
Oh yeah.
I try to be. Pimping just shows him how to pimp it out. That's all it is. Pimping just shows him how to pimp it. So where are you at,
That's
John?
right.
I'm up here. I think I'm by the Dells.
By the Dalles?
Yeah.
Which state?
Wisconsin Dells.
Oregon.
Oregon. Oh, he's in Oregon.
Oh, you're in Oregon.
Yeah, they all gone now.
Along the Columbia River.
All right, gotcha. How's the weather there?
Right now it's not too bad. Let's see here. I didn't even look at it, but I think we're about, it was 40-some degrees there.
Wow. You mean it's 47 there? It's 47.
It's 28 degrees right now. It was 47 this afternoon.
Wow. It was
and I did lose some
snow. I looked about an hour ago. You did?
Yeah. The iceberg is gone. It's melted.
All right, so you get free sailing then.
Yeah, I just want to tell a little story. I come up through Bozeman Pass here today on Saturday, and I had been fighting the snowstorm the night before on Friday night.
Hold on, real quick. All right, dear, you have fun at the gym, work them muscles, get it going, and we will see you tomorrow. I'll catch you on your lives. I always do. Usually do them in the mornings anyways. So do the one hand arm pump. Get it, girl. You have fun. Enjoy your time. And if James is still there, tell him I said, hey. Glenn says it's 70 degrees here. I don't want to hear about it, Glenn. It's 42 here. So I don't want to hear it. Go ahead. Didn't mean to cut you off.
Well, we had a pretty decent snowstorm going and icy roads all the way from Billings pretty much going westward. And when I got to Livingston, I shut down that night because they had closed down the freeway.
Yeah.
And then Saturday morning when I woke up, I had to pull out of the parking lot. I had stopped at the Yellowstone truck stop there, which is a little bitty truck stop. And they were packed. And you couldn't squeeze in another sardine into the parking lot, I don't think. But we got out of there about 9:30, 10 o'clock, and we started up through there, through Livingston, onto Bozeman Pass. And as we went up the pass, I had cars going by me at 80 miles an hour.
Is that
and
the,
I decided,
is that the video?
Yes. Did you see that video?
Oh, man. I sat there and seen you running, and I even seen John Jakes get on there and go, hey, slow it down. And next thing that truck flies right by you. I was like, yeah, I'm waiting for him to spin out. Yeah.
Yep. And one of the four-wheelers went by me. He ended up in the middle, in the medium, and that's why I started filming that pass. And out of that whole thing, I'll tell you what, I was very surprised. There was a handful of people with negative responses because I posted on Bozeman Pass Hill condition.
Yeah.
But as of a couple hours ago, it had reached 21,000 hits.
Yeah.
It went viral. And the nicest thing about the whole thing, 170 some people shared it.
Yep.
But what came out of there was a lot of education. We had people asking questions. I was sharing answers. Everyone that had something good to say, I would answer them. Everyone with some negative, I still gave answers to. It's really nice to see that happen. So then the next day, Sunday, after I got stopped, I wrote another message to the people, and I explained who I was, who Teddy Bear was, and how long I've been driving, and so on and so forth, because just for those haters out there, I wanted them to know how many years experience and knowledge was out there in the road. And
How
there
long
was
you been
over
driving?
40,
You've been driving for
45 years. 45.
45. I was going to say 45 or 46. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it's just nice
There is
to
a lot of
hear.
experience behind that wheel.
Right. What I really liked was people were coming out of there about their fathers had been a truck driver and how some of their fathers was home for 1 day or 2 days at Christmas time. And one of the daughters got to see her father for a couple hours. And, you know, it was very heartfelt and heartwarming to understand that people do look at us and understand, but they didn't know a lot of the history, knowledge, and why we like the room and the space. And like I was trying to tell them, when you're riding that right lane that's buffed and it glares like it's wet, that means you have no traction there. And so as truck drivers, we need the room and the space to be able to get up that mountain hill. Well, then we had some smarties come in there with, well, you should have had chains on. The chain law was pulled. They're required. And I says, no, hold on a minute. Let me educate about the chain law. Yes, we have to have them on the truck. They're not required until that chain law has been pulled. And yes, we need to put them on at that point if that's the case. But I said, in most cases, you don't know what that mountain's going to produce before you start up that hill, you know? And so it was nice to get the people to understand what we do, how we do it, and get that connection going. And I was just amazed how people came out and how it took off. It went viral within, I think it was 24 hours. It had over 17,000 hits. So
that's a good thing. All right, Glenn, you have a good night, brother. You get yourself something to eat, feed your daughter, and hopefully we'll see you out there on the road somewhere, brother. Maybe I'll see you again when you run through Tennessee. Later, and have a good night, brother. But yeah, I mean, that's what they need to know anyways. They need to know in the weather conditions that what we have to go through and what we have to do to keep them safe, keep us safe, and why we ask for the room. Because you get a truck on a normal highway, you're needing a little over a football field to stop anyways with a load. Now on ice, now you're looking at 2, maybe 3 times that to get it stopped and under control without jackknifing, without sliding in a ditch or taking it out into the you know, where you don't need it to go. You know, I mean, I sat there and I seen the one where they had what was just the other day, they have it on TikTok. And I sat there and was watching it. And the guy was trying to inform people, telling people, stay in your cars, don't get out. They were getting out, walking around. Cars are still coming in, sliding, hitting each other. I seen the one where yeah, and that was a nasty.
Wisconsin.
Yes.
Wisconsin.
Yeah, and that was in Wisconsin. And I mean, it was like a 65 car pileup. And still.
That was the other day.
Yeah,
Friday.
Just the other day. Yeah,
Friday.
that's why I was looking at it. I said,
That's why I stopped in Portage, because I was not going to get hung up in that crap.
Yeah.
That happened Friday afternoon, I want to say. And that's what
still,
started me.
It was still closed, John, at like 7 o'clock Friday night.
Yeah.
Because I stopped in Portage about 6:30 and it was still closed down there. So I just said, I'm just going to wait till the road opens up and then I'll ease down through there.
Yep.
Yeah, and that's pretty much what
and then they had one. Then they had one on the northbound side about 10 or 11 o'clock Friday night.
Yeah.
Good night,
well,
Scott.
that's why I made
night.
the comment.
I'll give you a call tomorrow, see how you're doing. I know you're busy
No.
trying to take care of everything at the house front, or the home front, I mean. So we'll holler at you later, Scott.
That's why I made the comment that people need to learn to slow down. In this weather, there's no reason to be racing down the highway.
No.
And that was my biggest peeve. It wasn't just four-wheelers. It was everybody that was not adhering to road conditions, you know.
Yeah. Well, they
So-
figure, well, hell, I'm doing 60, I'm doing fine, and then they go a little faster because I got to get past somewhere, past someone, or got to
And
get
lose
somewhere.
traction.
And then they ain't paying attention to losing traction. They're like, oh man, I got good tires. We can do this.
Yep.
We can do this. Well, hello, Alicia. How you doing, dear? Good to see you in here tonight. I haven't talked to you in a while neither. I need to give you a shout out and try to hit you up. I'm glad you're here, though.
The thing that bothers me is everybody else in them kind of conditions. I know my limitations on it, and I slow way down, and I'm
Yep.
very vigilant, and I watch everything around me. It's the people that don't know how to drive in it in a big truck. They come barreling by you at 70 or 75 miles an hour,
Mhm.
and then half a mile down the road, they're laying on their side, or they're all 18 up in the median and stuck up to the landing gear, in the bottom of the tractor, because driving like fools.
They lost traction.
I've been
Yeah, and they lose
John.
traction.
John will tell you. John will tell you that stretch from Milwaukee, from Pleasant Prairie to the Wisconsin Dells, it gets real nasty through there. I've been down that road where there's nothing but 2 lanes, and it's on the shoulder.
Yeah.
And the rest of the road's completely, there's 4 or 5 inches of snow and ice, and you're creeping at 25, 30 miles an hour. It's
Yeah.
taken me 7 hours to get from Milwaukee to La Crosse.
And that's the thing I was
That's
trying to put out.
and they fly through there. They fly through
Right.
there constantly.
Go ahead, John.
My concern was teaching the people to understand if a truck driver is doing 35 or 40 miles an hour, you should not be passing them up. You need to be spacing out that traffic and allowing that traffic to flow and keep that space between them so that they don't have these accidents.
Yeah.
And
Room to
that
stop.
is what I was trying to get across to the people. And some of them were very adamant about, well, they got jobs to do. And I said, well, you know what? I said, we leave home. Sometimes we're gone for a week, maybe 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or whatever the case is. But understand, we're just trying to get the job done and get the supplies that need to fill the supply chain. And that's when people started waking up to the fact that, if it wasn't for the truck drivers, there isn't a thing we got in our house, or they sit in their living room and they look around and they finally realize, guess what? Everything's been hauled by a truck driver.
Yeah.
And it's not that we really want everybody.
Most of them don't realize it's being delivered by a truck because they can say, oh, I go to the grocery store and get it. Well, guess what? It's delivered to a truck to a warehouse, and then the truck from the warehouse delivers it to that grocery store. So it's delivered by a truck. And if that truck gets held up, that stuff does not make it to the store for you to go, I just buy it at the store. When you get there and you're like, oh my God, shelves are bare. There's no water. There's no bread. There's no eggs. There's none of this. Well, that's the reason, because a driver got held up, or driver was in somewhere and he couldn't make it home.
Right. And then I hit the fact that, the interstate system was set up to move commerce across the United States. In a case of a time by Eisenhower about for the military and supplies that were needed for the military and stuff. So I said, rightfully, truck drivers pay an awful lot of road tax and everything else. But I says, we're the last ones to ever get respected for being on these roads. And when you start bringing that up, one guy come up and says, well, that's just a myth of what it really was. And I said, no, it's not. I said, go look up the facts. You'll get the truth out of the book if you go look for it. But I said, the point is, we got to share it with all of you. And I says, when you get a snowstorm, it used to be nobody moved. They shut it down other than the truck drivers kept going. And I says, that's when we needed to keep moving ourselves, It's not the fact.
Just like Elisa says, I put it in place for military and trucking industry, and it was put there for commerce, exactly, to get good, quicker, and faster, and that's what it was meant for. And then if there was an attack, they can move military across these interstates and highways to get it there quicker instead of having to try to put it on a train or a plane or a boat.
Yep. And that's what it was designed for originally.
Yeah.
But we've allowed it to be for everybody. We share the road with everybody. But yet, like I said, when there's a snowstorm like this, maybe if you don't need to go anyplace, maybe you should stay at home. Especially if you don't feel safe on the roads, you know?
Yeah.
And because that's when accidents happen. And you know what? They looked at that. They understood that, other than a few, you know, like I say, maybe 4 or 5 of them made some derogatory comments. And I just said, you know what? It is what it is. Just understand, we're just trying to do the best we can, because none of us want to be in an accident with anybody, nor do we want to kill anybody.
No.
And that's when somebody brought up the fact that there was 2 truck drivers that got killed that morning. And it was Saturday, I want to say Saturday mid-morning, late morning is when that happened. And it's sad because I haven't been able to find the whole story yet, because I would like to put it on Hearts and Gold, you know, for people to understand what the truth is. So if anybody comes across it, I wish they would share it, you know, to me or other places. But I made it pretty well known with my second report that old school truck drivers are open to be able to talk. We're willing to help, educate, give them the tools, and understand what our jobs are to give us that space. And I think we came across with a pretty good scenario going out there, because I'm still getting hit like you wouldn't believe right now.
And that's a good thing. See, and that's a good thing. That means you're letting the public aware of what's going on.
Yes. I would like other drivers to do the same thing. Open up your hearts, put it like it is, and put it out there, because that makes it, we all open to the situation. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, while we're on that, let me cut to a commercial and get that done real quick, and then we'll be right back. Just for you, TC, just for you.
And I'm bound to keep on riding. I got one more silver dollar, but I ain't gonna let 'em get me low. I ain't gonna let 'em get the midnight rider. I don't know the clothes I'm wearing, and the road goes on forever. I got one more of these silver dollars, but I ain't gonna let 'em get me low. I ain't gonna let 'em get the midnight rider.
Gotta love the sound of that 12.7 liter Detroit, just stroking it. That old 524. Well, actually, that one was about a 650, but normally they're a 525. But yeah.
Too bad that truck don't have ETI on it no more.
Yeah, I know it don't.
It's going bye-bye.
Yeah, I know. I've already seen the new trucks that were replacing it. Yep. But hey, it is a legend of its own. It is a legend of its own.
Hot Wheels truck got totaled.
Yeah, it burnt. Yeah, he told me it got burnt.
No. The red and white
He told
one.
me, oh, The new one he was driving. What the hell happened to it?
Got it. They put in it. Fucking totaled it.
Bam.
Mm-hmm.
Bam, bam, bam. And like Josh says, I'm not a.
Got a red?
I don't like Pete's, but I like that one. Yeah, that was a good sounding Pete. That truck would roll. It would move.
Yeah, the red one burnt to the ground, and then the red and white one got wrecked.
All right. Alicia puts on this big old giant note from I will. Back in the day, a truck driver could get down the snow-filled highways and push the snow out of their way with the front of their truck, similar to a snow plow now, but due to inexperience and I know what I'm doing attitudes and the lack of needing lengthy training from experienced drivers and regular vehicles, it is not the same. You're right, dearie. It is not the same. It's not like it used to be. We have new drivers that do not know how, and they do not train them for it. They took away the skid plate training, skid pad training. I tell you what's funny though is overseas they train them all the time with it. They do skid pad training, ice road training. We don't do any of that. We just put them in a truck and say go for it. Truck's smart enough, it can do it. No, it's not. It still relies on the driver. That truck can only do so much.
Right.
All right. So on that topic, let's go to this, and I want to get y'all's opinions and see what you think about this. Let's go over here, and we'll add this right here. We're going to go over here. Listen to this. Here we go. Ex-trucking company co-owner sentenced for bank fraud, facing livestock negligence charges. Investigators say Nelson Dewell allowed 800 pigs to starve or freeze to death on his Iowa farm. They're saying it's fraud. This is what they're saying. Fraud. Truck owner. So we're going to play this. We're going to let you listen to it.
Ex-trucking co-owner sentenced for bank fraud, facing livestock neglect charges. The former co-owner of an Iowa trucking company was sentenced Tuesday for orchestrating an elaborate $250,000 check-kiting scheme. He is also facing unrelated charges in state court that he allowed more than 800 pigs to starve or freeze to death in his care in December 2021. The former co-owner of an Iowa trucking company was sentenced Tuesday for his role in orchestrating an elaborate $250,000 check-kiting scheme and is also facing unrelated charges in state court that he allowed more than 800 pigs to starve or freeze to death in his care in December 2021. Nolan DeWall, 39, of Cedar Falls, Iowa, was sentenced to 1 year and a day in federal prison in the U.S. District Court for the Northern District of Iowa, 7 months after pleading guilty to one count of bank fraud in June.
He has been ordered to serve 2 years of supervised release once he finishes his prison sentence. Chief U.S. District Judge Leonard T. Strand also ordered DeWall to repay over $217,000 he allegedly stole from his former business partners of Triple D Enterprises of Dyke, Iowa. Prosecutors claim Triple D, the dump truck company he owned with his older brother, Ethan DeWall, and his friend, Dan Gates, for nearly 12 years, was forced to cease operations in 2018 after the check-kiting scheme collapsed, leaving Triple D's business account with a negative $247,000 balance. As a result, the trucking company had to sell all its assets and went defunct, according to the statement from the United States Attorney's Office for the Northern District of Iowa. Ethan DeWall was forced to file for personal bankruptcy after Nolan DeWall admitted to forging his brother's signature on financial documents. Gates was forced to repay the trucking company's negative bank balance with personal funds and a loan, the statement said. Prosecutors claim Nolan DeWall devised the check-kiting scheme, which involved transferring funds between accounts from Triple D to Voorhees Grain Incorporated, headquartered in Black Hawk County, Iowa, where he worked as a manager and shareholder to inflate the account balances of the grain elevator, which was financially struggling. Voorhees, a 55-year-old grain elevator company that stores, buys, and sells grain and other farm-related products, is owned by Harold and Julie Sorensen. The owners put DeWall in charge of nearly all of the day-to-day decisions and operations of Voorhees and later made him a shareholder without notifying the other shareholders. The Sorensens claimed in court filings that they personally guaranteed two loans of $8.5 million by GNB Bank to keep the grain elevator business afloat. They also alleged that DeWall prepared and presented false information used in the preparation of false and fraudulent financial statements and financial documentation relied upon by the bank in approving financing for Voorhees, which was relied on by the Sorensens in personally guaranteeing the loans to the bank. The Sorensens' attorney, Kevin D. Arenholz, did not respond to FreightWaves' request seeking comment. DeWall's attorney, Melanie Keeper, argued for leniency at his sentencing, stating he was remorseful and had already begun to make restitution to the victims of the check-kiting scheme. Keeper said in court filings her client engaged in the scheme, not out of a sense of greed, but rather to buy more time for the cooperative to pay its bills. Keeper did not respond to FreightWaves' request seeking comment. Ethan DeWall, a victim of the check-kiting scheme, also wrote a letter of leniency prior to his brother's sentencing, stating that he, Nolan DeWall, did not benefit from this crime and has only suffered from it. DeWall faces livestock neglect charges. In an unrelated case, Nolan DeWall is also facing livestock neglect charges in Iowa State Court following his arrest in January 2022. Investigators claim he allowed more than 800 pigs to starve or freeze to death while in his care at his farm in Cedar Rapids. According to court filings, DeWall was contracted to raise 2,500 pigs to a weight of approximately 280 pounds apiece, along with 15 tons of feed, in December 2021. The pigs arrived at his farm over a 4-day period in late December 2021. On December 30, 2021, a swine consultant went to DeWall's farm to check on the pigs and claims to have found about 800 pigs dead at his Iowa farm. The consultant noted in the court filings that the pigs had limited access to food or water, and many others had frostbite on their ears or their ears had been completely frozen off. Court documents state that tissue samples were tested and no evidence of disease was found, leading experts to determine the pigs had died from malnutrition and water deprivation. The remaining pigs were removed from the DeWall's farm, where another 51 pigs died during transport, and an additional 60 pigs died over the next few days, according to court filings. DeWall faces an upcoming court appearance in February regarding his livestock neglect case. No date has been set for DeWall to surrender to the Federal Bureau of Prisons. However, Chief U.S. District Judge Strand also ordered DeWall's prison time for bank fraud run consecutively to any sentence that may be imposed in his livestock neglect case. Read related articles. Do you have a news tip to share? Send me an email or message me at Cage_writer on Twitter. Your name will not be used without your permission. Watch the...
Yeah. How you like that? Not only did he defraud the bank, the trucking company, then his brother, his partner, and then went into the grain elevator, screwed them over, got money out of the people that were guaranteed it of $8.5 million. I'm telling you, the people are just, yeah. What did Josh say? Josh said,
That's insane.
I heard something about Swift as soon as you get your CDL, and in 4 months you can become a, yes, it's actually less than that now. Within 3 to 4 months there, Josh. Yeah. Swift is they're pulling some tricks. Yeah, they are. And Alicia says so many wrong things with this. It is so sad what has happened to our trucking industry. Yes. And then Josh comes back with Alicia. Yeah, sadly the trucking industry in America and Australia are going downhill. But I did hear some good news. I hear the freight is coming back, but the problem is the drivers in the trucking companies are not seeing it. They're saying it is, but truck drivers
being hauled by rail.
Yeah, it's all being run on rail.
Yep. I noticed that this week when I was coming out in the last week. There is more freight going by rail. Every one of the train. In fact, all the train engines that were sitting in Gillette at Donkey Yard.
Yep.
Guess what? Most of them are on the road, on the rails, are moving.
Yeah.
Because there was very few trucks, very few trains sitting there. Yep.
Yep. Been seeing a lot of freight running on rails, and the rails ain't been busy here lately, but just in the last few weeks, I've seen them running doubles. And I mean, running one right after the other. One will come through, and 10 minutes later, here comes another set of trains coming through. Loaded with freight.
Yep. Container goods, double stacked.
Yep. Container goods, double stacked. Yep.
Yep.
And some of them are.
Well, I wish they would take some of our. I wish they'd take some of our stuff away so we could slow down.
No.
Well, you know, produce we're always going to do good, or perishables will always do good. The problem is what they're hauling is the dry goods stuff, and
well, that's what I'm hauling.
Yeah,
beer.
we're not slowing down by no means, and we've got 8 loads. It's got to be done within 48 hours.
Yeah.
Well, I had a laugh the other day. We loaded 2 trucks out of where was it that I loaded? Rochester, Seneca Foods, frozen.
Yeah.
I loaded early in the morning. He loaded. He loaded in the afternoon. I came out here. I looked like an iceberg all the way out. I mean, I ran in the snow and everything else. I guess he shut down because his truck was clean. There was no ice on his truck.
Yeah.
And he got in last night about 10 o'clock. I got in Saturday evening at about 6 o'clock into Kennewick. So we both delivered at the same place. And I was sitting there going, why is your truck so clean? So...
Well, it's just like Josh says. Josh says, not in Australia, we don't have rail infrastructure. For 90% of freight movements in Australia is moved by trucks. And then he says that's why we run road trains. Yeah, and he's right. If we didn't have the train structure that was here, yeah, I'd say we'd have more trucks on the road, more goods. More stuff being moved, people would be happy. But because, you know, somebody's got to be friends with somebody that owns the railroads, got to keep them busy.
Well, there was a big contract at one time between Swift, the JB Hunt, and a few other ones, probably the ATA at that point in time to make that stuff happen with the rail system. I'm well aware of that. That was going on. I can't remember when that was created, and we started seeing a lot of that freight go that way for a while, but then the trains couldn't keep up with it, you know, and then it came back to us. So it kind of flip-flops a little bit, but that's part of the problem we're seeing right now.
Yeah.
So
quite a bit of it.
So
I got what is this one? Well, this is the one that didn't get finished on last week's show, but I'm gonna go ahead and play it and see what you all think. I have another one, but I know it's getting late. I'm already going on an hour and a half, and it's already going on 10:30 here.
Bro breaks down the new rule and what it means for your bottom line.
This is Jace Crosswell, the founder.
Wrong one.
To attract more drivers to the industry.
Yeah, that's right, Brian, and have them stay there. Now, right now, the industry is short 80,000 drivers, and 300,000 more are expected to leave the career each year.
At the truck stop in West Charlotte, the current state of the trucking industry varies depending on who you ask.
Got paid very little money. It's a struggle. That's why people quit. They get burned out within the first 6 months.
Ryan Volgamore is new to the career, one that started out rocky until he job hopped from a major carrier to a smaller company.
It's a fantastic living.
For others who have been in the industry for decades say they're disappointed with the current working conditions.
We're losing a lot of drivers because of all the unnecessary regulations and being forced out.
Kirk Lawson has been driving for 33 years. He says compensation no longer matches expenses on the road.
Where I used to spend $500 to fill up my truck, it's now costing over $1,000, and the rates aren't going up.
It's no surprise so many drivers left their jobs.
Over the last 3 months, the Biden administration has rolled out the Trucking Action Plan. The plan increased funding to expedite the process of becoming a driver, expanded recruitment, and wages.
We're working on truck driver pay, including those hours when drivers don't get paid even though they're very much on the job because they're waiting for somebody else.
The trucking industry moves about 70% of all goods in the U.S. Any disruption to the supply chain means higher shipping costs for American consumers.
But look, it's getting harder and harder to recruit new drivers to an industry that this nation and our economy desperately needs at full strength.
Now, according to the administration, in 1978, the average driver's pay was $34 an hour. In today's economy, last year it was $25 an hour.
Yeah, they nailed that on the head, didn't they, John?
Well, here's my point on that thing, and I'm going to come off real hard on this whole thing. If the government would say the hell out of it and allow these companies to do their job, we wouldn't have part of this problem. This is why there is a driver shortage, supposedly. It's because government's interfering and kicking these drivers out.
Yeah, that's just like exactly what he said. He said if it wasn't for the regulations, we wouldn't be and changing it to where you're kicking a driver out of the seat. We wouldn't have this problem. Exactly what that man said. Exactly.
I know a lot of drivers left because they were being pushed out, and I'm sorry. A lot of us old school truck drivers.
I'm one of
the old school. Yep. But a lot of old school truck drivers would still be out here driving if they weren't pushed out of the damn seat.
No, I'd still be driving.
Yep.
I would be. I'd still be in a truck driving right now as we speak. But because of changing the regulations 3 years ago, made sure I couldn't do that.
I'm going to throw a scenario at you real quick, like. Produce stocks. A semi-truck or two came into the parking lot to load up at this one produce dock or whatever, which, there's a lot of trucks that come in there. But the problem that I have is the car come in with them. Had 2 to 4 people in the car. They walked up to the counter. They helped the driver communicate with the shipper. In other words, the guy couldn't speak English or understand what needed to be said. They had to send a car with an interpreter with the truck to get the load on the truck so it could go down the road. What's wrong with that picture?
They're not abiding by our regulations. It says you must at least speak English and understand it and write it.
Exactly. And this is how they're getting away with it right now. Is they send an interpreter to places where the guys unload or reload to interpret for the drivers. This is a problem we got. It's a major problem.
Yeah, that really is.
But it's never gonna stop as long as the government keeps giving them grants to come over here to do it.
Yeah.
Well, and like I found out, it's these sanctioned cities that are forcing the license to be given to these drivers so they can put them to work and get them out of the city is what's going on.
Yeah, and get them out of the system showing that they are working. Yeah.
Yes. And that's part of the problem. Again, it goes back to the sanctioned cities.
Yep, exactly.
That's why the federal government can't control the CDL, which should be a federal license, not a state license, given out by the cities that are pushing it.
Yeah. Well, it's like Alicia says right here. Well, J.B. Hunt was the first and has the largest number of rail cars.
Yep. They're the ones that created this monster with the rail system.
Yep, they sure are. And Josh says, I don't know if it was BS, but I swear I've seen something that they were looking into getting high school children driving trucks in America because of the driver shortage. Hey, that ain't BS. That is true. I have on this show, I have put up the videos and the newscast from different news outlets showing them that they are taking the trucks and trying to train kids out of high school. That's the reason why they lowered the requirements from 21 to 18 to get a CDL to drive a truck. It's no lie, Josh. That ain't no lie. It ain't BS. It's exactly what it is.
Yep.
He says, yeah, America and Australia are in the same boat. We are being overregulated by people who are in office, by people who have never been in a truck, and that's BS. You're right. Exactly. You've seen who our Transportation Nation announcer was. The man's never been a truck. He was a mayor of a city, but he's never driven a truck, never been in a truck, but then he's going to make regulations for us. And that's the problem with our system. We allow that to happen. That should be a voted in seat, not just, oh, well, hey, the president put him in place of transportation. No, that should be a voted in seat. We should have the right to vote that man who we want in there.
Somebody with knowledge and experience in the trucking industry and
That's
is a
right.
driver. That's
Yep,
been a
it's
driver.
someone that ain't going to switch and jump the bandwagon after being in there 2 years and make something better for himself to jump into. Like the last two transportation people we had, they went and jumped out of that seat and jumped into somewhere else and made a hell of a lot more money, and they knew what to do to work with the trucking companies to better themselves and make the money to help out. Yeah. I did hear they're starting at 18, but an 18-year-old already can, but only in state. When turning 21, then OTR. Yeah. Well, like Tennessee, you have to get one. You have to get a federal OTR license here because they will not give you one for in-state. We do not have an in-state program. So you have to get a full CDL to drive in all states here. But John,
Weren't you supposed to have a military endorsement with that to be able to do that? Wasn't that being pushed by the military? Allowed that to happen because they were trained?
At one time they were. Yeah. Now they're just trying to snag them out of high school.
My son has a Class A CDL. Kelly has a Class A CDL. And he got it right before he went to basic training.
Huh. Well, that's because he was still in the
took him
military
to get it.
Yeah. But what they're saying is they're staying
No.
out.
He got it. He got it before he went into service.
Yeah, but in the state of Florida, they have an in-state program. You can get it at 18.
Yes.
See, I got mine at 18 in Florida because I was in the in-state program. And then once I turned 21, then I could leave state. And that's when I swapped it. That's when I went to work for Covenant.
Yeah.
Covenant. Yeah,
Good
cover
old
it
Covenant.
up. Yeah, good old cover it up. And then went to work for them. And then was there roughly a year and a half before they decided to yank it and kick me back because of the arm issue.
Yeah.
And then I had to fight them and do it all over again. Yeah. All that fun stuff.
I'm going to take off, Charles, because I got another 4 more hours of driving I could do before I have to take my break. So,
yes, sir, Mr. John. I appreciate you stopping in, Teddy Bear. It's good seeing you, good talking to you, and I'm definitely grateful for your wisdom that you're giving.
and I'm there to help anybody. Just give me a call. Yep.
As Josh says, same in Australia. We have a lot of international drivers coming into Australia, and they're being paid to come to it, and they are being thrown into trucks with 2 to 3 and 4 trailers, and they are causing accidents and mishaps, and they are danger to everyone, and the government doesn't care as long as they think they are filling the driver shortage. And that's the same thing here. They think they're filling the driver shortage. They're not. There's a driver
They're making it worse.
shortage. It's not
Yeah.
a driver shortage. It's a driver quality shortage. And that's the problem. But on that note, we are now going on 2 hours. And I know I need to get to bed because I got to get up at 4 a.m. and try to get to work.
Me too.
And you got to do the same. And I enjoyed everybody stopping in, visiting, making comments. Love the comments. I appreciate it. But everybody that can, please go over to the YouTube channel. It's free. Subscribe. Click the bell so you know exactly when we come on every single time. I got several people, Trucking Unicorn. I got Michael Wormer in there. He knows, he's even in it before I even start the program, because YouTube actually puts us on before it starts on Facebook. And he'll sit in there and have a conversation with us in the background before the show even starts. So just to let y'all know, we are live until the recording starts on YouTube. So we actually sit around a BS session and we have fun with it. And you actually get to watch me do the work and put everything up, get everything ready, all that good fun stuff. Yeah, the YouTube channel is Left Lane with Lefty, all spaced out, and it has the. Let me go down here. Let me go. Oh, let me go over here, and it has in the banner, and on the banner it is that logo that's behind me and Kelly. That's what it has on it. You can also find it on leftlanewithlefty.com or leftlanewithlefty at google.com. We're on Google. We are on YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter. Shoot, there's so many. There's probably 3 or 4 more I'm missing. But I do have the Left Lane with Lefty website up. Some people said they have found it with no problem. Some of them are saying they having a problem with it, saying that it's not working or it's closed. If you do go to the website, let me know, because that's where I sell the shirts. I do video collages. You send me the videos, I'll do them up. We'll put them into the trucking episodes and we'll do different things. But yeah, some say they have a problem. Some of them saying they ain't. So I'm working with Google. We are trying to get the .com going. I'm also working on leftlanewithlefty.net. So we are also trying to get another one going. But if I do go to a 501c3, we're going to go to .org, and that's what all of them will be. So, but right now we are just leftlanewithlefty.com. So just to let y'all know. And we're going to close this out. I appreciate everybody stopping in for this, enjoying the moment. Give a little shout out to everybody. No, I needed to play more stuff and video clips, which I did not get to tonight. We were more busy into talking and trying to get what was going on. Where'd it go? Let me do the Bull Snot ad real quick, and then we will come back and we'll close it out. Oh, and by the way, and if you want, you've seen Trucking Unicorn on here. If you go to TikTok, you'll find Trucking Unicorn _ And she makes the cups. I have mine still sitting here. I know TC and them have put in orders for theirs. So there's 2 or 3 there. It's going there. So, and like I said, if you get with Scott Grain,
How do you like your birthday shirt, Cregan?
I like this one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Well, it ain't playing. Yes. Well, it was.
How do you like your birthday shirt, Cregan?
I like this one.
You like that one?
Yeah.
Your left lane with lefty shirt?
Yep.
And you can get those shirts over there. Scott and them got those shirts for sale. And you heard the price. You get that in a koozie for $30. Can't go wrong with it. And I appreciate them spending the money out of their own pocket to buy and have the shirts made. So I appreciate it. And from our lovely friend and best friend and sponsor, can't go wrong with him, and our other buddy, Tony Justin.
We're the last of the camel. There are folks out here who still take pride in their everyday ride. Those who know if a job's worth doing, well, it's worth doing right. Bull Snot. Great products for real people.
And he ain't lying. Love the stuff. I got a room slap full of Bull Snot. I'm telling you. I got Visible sitting right there. And I'm gonna tell you, it's another little miracle worker. Is this right here? That right there. Curable. That right there is a little miracle worker. It's a trucker's hand bomb. Trucker's hand bomb. I'm telling you, this is the bomb. You can't go wrong with this stuff. I use it all the time. Sure do. Love it. Makes your hands feel nice. And your hand and fingers don't feel like dry it out. They're not greasy. It don't leave no greasy residue. I mean, it's just wonderful stuff. Wonderful stuff. I love it. Can't go wrong with the man. Hey, look, there's the Aussie Trucker. Yes. Okay, I just subscribed. It's all right. So the Aussie Trucker. Oh, there you are. You are on YouTube. Hey, look at there. Look. He's on YouTube. There you go. He is subscribed. He is on there, so he will know every time. What sizes can I get one? He's got extra. He's got 2X. He's got 2X, extra large, large, and medium. So those are the 4 sizes. I know he's still got some of them. I don't know how many left of those he's got, but he does have all 4 sizes. So you can reach out to Scott Granger. Hit him up on Instant Messenger and leave him a message, and he'll get back and deal with it that way, Josh. Greatly appreciate it. I'm glad you subscribed. Now you can see me here, and you can also catch me live before the show starts every time when we go live, before we do on Facebook. So, yeah. All right, everybody. Kelly, I'll see you later, brother. Tell the wifey,
all right.
Tell her that we will be in touch, Miss BFF. And I've been hashtagging everything. Wax the Bald Challenge by Bull Snot. So get around. Because I've done it on Facebook, Instagram, and I'm also doing it on TikTok. So around.
Damn.
So, yeah. I think Gabe just did his Saturday night or Sunday night. She shaved his head and then waxed it. So it's on there somewhere.
Oh, Lord. Jesus.
Oh, yeah. She got him too. She got him. So not only you, but she got him. And guess what? He's going after his son next. So Junior's getting it too. So this is going to be one hell of a good challenge. We're going to like it. So
hey, I'm texting both of your phones right now.
All right.
You get it?
Yes. Yep, I got it.
Okay. Because my other line, our other lines will be our contracts end.
Discontinued.
What's today? Monday.
Today's Monday
Wednesday.
the 30th.
Wednesday at midnight. Yeah, the 31st. The 1st is when our contracts end. I'm not renewing my contract with Sprint.
Right, so
I'm tired
Wednesday.
of their crap. Yeah, so Wednesday. The old number is that number I sent you. The number I sent you is our new numbers. They're good. That's actually the phone I'm talking to you on now.
All right. That'll work. It works for me. I can do that. That'll work. Well, brother, get you some rest. Have a safe drive running back to Wisconsin. Keep her clean.
Gonna be fun.
Because we know how the boss man is. Truck clean.
Ain't nothing we can do right now. The roads are just nasty and rainy, and there's nothing we can do about it right now. You got to see Hot Wheels truck. Hot Wheels truck is gray.
Man, that's a lot of salt.
Yes, it's gray. That's how bad it's been there since Friday.
Damn.
So, yeah, it's
Tell
nasty.
him, we're charging him double for not having that truck clean and being close to the yard.
Ain't much we can do about it. Oh, yeah.
Yep. So, all right, everybody. Have a good night. We
All right,
will
brother.
see you.
I will talk at you
I'm
later.
going to see you Friday because usually I'm out of work on Friday. Because usually when I go into treatment, we usually stay out of work on Friday just to see how everything's going to go. And if I feel really good, we'll probably do one Friday and do one on Sunday to make up for what we screwed us up on last Monday. So we may actually have two for this week.
Hey.
So, yeah.
Keep me in the background. Sign out. I need to tell you something.
All right. Later, y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'm glad y'all stopped in. Be ready for the next one because we got a lot more stuff coming up. And there's a lot of stuff going on in the news. So, and maybe I'll have some more of the boys coming in. We'll joke around, laugh, cut up. Maybe we'll find someone else to get some waxable on the head. Hey, that's why it's called Wax the Bull Challenge. Hashtag Wax the Bald Challenge by Bull Snot. On that note, love y'all. See y'all later. Sorry I didn't have one Saturday or Sunday, but we are having one today. Love y'all.
Sure don't know, I know a dirty hello.